morning today. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come and join us. We have got a very special day today. We've got awesome people coming from the God Bless Africa movement to come to the ELEV8 studio for a special interview about what the work that they do and what God has been doing in their ministry. We want you to be a part of this great organization. Please stay with us for the next hour and learn about what God is doing through this organization and how you can also be able to be of benefit to them. There will be details that are going to be on the screen on how you can connect to them and how you can be part of what God is doing in their ministry. God bless you today. Welcome today. We are at ELEV8 African Networks at ELEV8 TV studios. We have special guests with us today, and with us we have got the God Bless Africa movement that is led by our esteemed Bishop, Archbishop Dr. Amos Telek Benro. He's with us today. Man of God, welcome.
Thank you for having me today. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Thank you so much for coming to be able to share on our platform what God is doing through the God Bless Africa movement. Could you just share briefly who is Bishop, what God is calling him to do?
All right. Once again, my name is Bishop Dr. Amos Telek Benro from God Bless Africa movement. By the grace of God, I'm the president and founder of God Bless Africa movement. And then God Bless Africa movement, it came in this time that we need God Bless Africa movement because of what we are doing in God Bless Africa movement. What we are doing in God Bless Africa movement, and I say what God Bless Africa movement is all about, is for healing the African continent, healing the African continent, promoting love, unity, loyalty, and prosperity in African continent.
When was the organization formed?
The organization formed some 3 years ago, but we already have this vision for 10 years. We have been preparing. Because we believe you have to be trained before you reign. So we have a solid 10 years for our preparation before we now come out some years ago, and then we are ready to do what we are called to do in the African continent.
You launched here in South Africa about 3 years ago. Which other countries is now the organization working in?
Yes, our organization is very grow. We have 36 countries on board in God Bless Africa movement. And just of recent, we have registered God Bless Africa movement in America, Missouri, in the state of Missouri, in America. So we're already in America. People, the Africans who are in America, they already took it up. But in African continent, we have 36 on board right now who are part of God Bless Africa movement.
Is this organization a church or a parachurch organization that works with other churches? What is the nature of the organization?
The God Bless Africa movement is not a church, it's not a religious movement, it's not a politician movement, it's African movement. As long as you are from Africa, you are welcome to this God Bless Africa movement. It's for all, it's for Africa. It's not a Christian, it's not a Muslim, so that everybody can come in. If you're a Christian, you are welcome. If you're a Muslim, you are welcome. As long as you are from Africa, you are welcome to God Bless Africa movement. This is a movement for Africa.
Okay. How then do you work with other ministries that are on the ground? How do you collaborate? How do you build? And what do you want them to be able to come and participate in this great vision?
All right. Now, what we are doing, we are approaching organization, association, community. We are approaching them, explain to them what we have in God Bless Africa movement, and we open up to everybody to be part. When they come in, before they be part of God Bless Africa movement, they have to come in. That is why we are encouraging everybody, as long as you are from Africa, in African continent or Africa in diaspora, everyone is allowed and welcome to be part of God Bless Africa. So we are making what we are doing to know to everyone so that they will be on board with us.
In South Africa, it's been launched for the past 3 years. What has been the reception like?
Yeah, the reception like is very good because our rally last year was massive. If you watch our website, you see our rally was well packaged. And then also we have done in South Africa, we have done what we call God Bless African Congress. It's hosted in Sandton. It was massive, and we give 50 people an award, Peace Ambassador. So the reception things is growing. We are working. Because now we are almost have God Bless Africa in every province in South Africa.
This is a huge vision.
Of course.
So with such a huge vision, what are some of the milestones that you have done in the past, let's say 3 years?
What we have done for the past 3 years, we have done a lot. We have done a lot. We have, let me start saying, we have put in our school together because we want to help less privileged. Some people, they don't have the opportunity to go to school. So God Bless Africa have put together what we call God Bless Africa Academy. We have put it together that everybody will be able to be a student in this God Bless African Academy. And also we have what we call Nickson Relief. It's one of our milestones, Nickson Relief, whereby because Nickson Relief is to feed the poor. Nickson Relief is all about clothing the naked. Nickson Relief is all about standing in gap with people. Nickson Relief is all about encouraging someone to fulfill his purpose in the land of living. So now we have put all these things together to make sure the people of African continent, they are enjoying the benefit of God Bless Africa movement.
This is an awesome ministry. Then you have raised and picked up different men and women of God to be able to support you so that the vision can be able to grow. What are the key components or departments that are available now?
Number one, in God Bless Africa, God has helped us to be a blessing to a lot of people. And even during the COVID, we are sharing the food in Johannesburg. We drove down to Pretoria also to share the food. There are some people we cannot reach. We send money to them. Now, in God Bless Africa, we have a lot of, we have our mandate. We have our mandate that we are working towards. And then in our mandate, we are expecting people, when they join us, they'll be part of our mandate. Because someone is coming, we have, in God Bless Africa, we have someone who is in the office of a spokesperson. The spokesperson is coming also after me for the interview, is coming to come and tell the people the mandate, the objective of God Bless Africa movement. We have about 16 objectives that people can hear and work with when they are part of God Bless Africa movement.
We as the visionary of God Bless Africa movement, maybe just lastly, maybe share with us some of the views you have received when you received this call to mobilize this organization. What obstacles have you overcome up to today?
Well, for every vision, when you receive a vision or you receive a dream or you dream, there must be negative side of the dream, there must be positive side of the dream. But what makes us move is the positive side of the dream. And when I received this vision many years back, I was afraid because it's a big vision. It's not a church. If it's a church, it's a little bit. But this vision is an African continent. It's a move that is involved African continent. Can you see someone like me? I was thinking, how much do I have? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But when we are talking to people, people are asking questions. What do you have? How much do you have to run a massive vision like this? But we are facing challenge. People, some people, they don't want to listen because of the magnitude of the vision. But I keep on moving on because the vision is clear to me. The vision is clear to me because the purpose of the vision is to heal the African continent, because Africa has been wounded. And because Africa has been wounded, Africa is bleeding. And then if the healing is not provided for those who are wounded, and the bleeding is continuing, it's not stopped, it's not going to be all right. So because of what the vision is all about, or targeting or focusing, I was encouraged, even though I have a challenge. Some people are kicking against it. Some people are saying, who sent you? Who has you to do this? Because they are not there when you are receiving vision. You know that you can only receive the dream or vision. You cannot run it alone. So all the people we are telling, they are asking, they are not there when they God give the vision. But I'm so glad that the God Bless Africa is moving. People are now responding now because of what God has helping us to achieve, and God bless Africa. So our challenge is helping us even to move. Even during the COVID, we are still doing what we're supposed to do.
Amen. Then as we wrap up, what is the core message to all Africa and Africans on why they should become part of such a great movement?
All right. The core message is that if you are as an African, you need to know that Africa is wounded. If you're in a business that you don't understand, you won't know the danger of the business. So Africa has been wounded. Africa is bleeding. Now Africa, religiously we are wounded. Economically we are wounded. Politically we are wounded. When it comes to politicians, we are wounded. We are all, Africa is wounded all over. Now, what I'm saying now is that because of this wound, we need to come together and provide healing. When bleeding is not stopped, ongoing bleeding can make someone to commit suicide. So, the wounded of Africa and the bleeding of Africa is what lead people to behave the way they are behaving. So, to put an end to corruption, to put an end to kidnap, to put an end to child abuse, to put an end to gender violence, people have to come on board, team up with God Bless Africa, so that we will be able to implement what we have written down to be a blessing to African continent. People, those who know that Africa has been wounded, Africa is bleeding, they have to come on board to stop. We want to stop the bleeding, and we want to provide the healing to the wounded of African continent.
Thank you so much, Professor. We really appreciate this great vision, and especially that it's going to be able to change Africa and galvanize the diaspora to come on board. And we want if you are in different ministries, and you want to be part of this great vision, the details are on the screen. Connect to the bishop, see what is happening, look at your website. The details are on the screen, and you are going to be a part of this ministry that is a blessing to our continent. God bless you so much as we continue with the God Bless Africa interviews. Thank you. Welcome to the God Bless Africa movement, and with me now, I am with Sister Prudence. Sister Prudence, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please share us briefly what you, maybe who is Sister Prudence and what you do?
Yes. So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business leader. I also lead the Women Emancipate Yourself movement, which is a women movement, and then I'm also in ministry. So I'm a teacher of the gospel.
Amen.
Yes. So that's Prudence in a nutshell.
Thank you so much. Then today we're talking about the God Bless Africa movement, and you are the spokesperson for the God Bless Africa. What is the God Bless Africa movement, if we can, in a nutshell?
The God Bless Africa movement is a movement that is looking to work towards the healing of our continent. Africa is such a continent that is rich with so many minerals. We have land, we have young people, we have human resources, oil and gas, all of these, but we don't see the prosperity of all who live in Africa. So it's really about uplifting our continent. It's about working towards, as I said, healing. It's about stopping the bleeding in the continent, and it's also about creating platforms where we are able to have dialogue across the continent to deal with some of the challenges that we're facing. And as a spokesperson, my role is really to communicate our vision and our mandate, and to tell people about how we are rolling out the programs across the continent and the chapters that we're setting up across the continent.
What are some of the, maybe you work with different chapters, with different people in different continents. How has been the response been like?
The response has been great across the countries. We have the latest chapter that has just opened in Missouri, the US. Most of our chapters, though, are on the African continent, and we have got about 36 chapters, and a chapter represents a nation. So as we can see, we are making a lot of progress across. People are coming on board, and we are excited about seeing how they are coming on board and the resources that are coming along, and also how we are going to roll out on the ground some of our programs.
What are the core functions or pillars or stuff that you do take to nations? What are the...
In terms of our mandate is the several programs that we're going to roll out. So I'll talk you across those pillars. What I also want to say is that I'm passionate. I think the passion is the first thing that we must talk about. The passion for the continent. We believe it's time for Africa to arise. We believe it's time for Africa to go forward. And we want to see the prosperity for all, as I mentioned before. So some of our core programs is empowerment. So empowerment, we're looking at empowerment programs for women. Women form 51% of the world population, and also the population in most countries. And we believe that if we can empower women to access services, to access funding, to access employment opportunities and business opportunities, they will bring a lot of talent into our marketplaces. So we're looking at the empowerment of women. We're also looking to the empowerment of young people. So our mandate also includes that. So how do we empower young people? A lot of the continents have got aging populations, but in Africa we have a huge young people, a huge youth population, and what we're seeing is that the youth population are left behind. So we want to really work towards how do we upgrade their skills, how do we uplift the young people, how do we educate them, how do we make sure that they've also get access to funding and also entering in entrepreneurship opportunities where they are available. SMMEs is another area, so entrepreneurship development is another area. We know SMMEs form also the backbone of some economies. So as we're working again in that space, we are looking to make sure that people have access to funding, they have access to markets, and they also are able to bring the innovation and strategies to the market to bring new products and services forward. So God Bless Africa will also be having programs in that sphere. Then men have a very critical role to play in society. So there we're looking at capacity building. How are we going to build the capacity for men to be leaders, leading the communities, leading their families, and also leading in the corporations that we have. So men, really, we want to work with them to be mentors, to mentor young people, to mentor boys, to also mentor other men so that they can take up their roles and responsibilities in society. So those are the 4 areas where we are looking at empowerment.
Okay.
Yes.
I see you also programs that look at human trafficking and sexual abuse awareness, and how critical are those and also like the Africa say we need to silence the gun, this issue that we need to bring in and promote peace. How critical are those, especially in the days whereby there's xenophobia, there's a lot of interfighting within ourselves as Africans. How are we going to be able to, how is God bless Africa going to be able to assist there?
Yes. So those extended programs that we have are very important because they marginalize a large part of our population. Women, children, young girls are marginalized because of child abuse, gender-based violence, as you mentioned. We're looking at human trafficking, sexual abuse, and there's an estimate that says about 1 in 3 women and young girls are going to suffer at the atrocities of sexual abuse. So it means that we have to look at programs of how can we uplift them, how can we work with faith-based organizations to provide services for survivors and those who have been victims of these kind of atrocities. We are also looking at programs where we have media campaigns. How do we raise awareness? How do we talk to men and boys about their perceptions, their attitudes, and also the treatment of women and girls? So these are the kind of programs that we'll be looking for. Also advocacy. Advocacy is quite important. How do we change the laws and regulations to protect those who are vulnerable and defenseless in our society?
So within the organization, you are going to be able to find your department to be able to lobby lawmakers to be able to pay attention to some of these issues.
Yes, we are going to need to work with all spheres of society. So we are working with government officials, we're working with private sector organizations, and we're also working with civil society. As I said, I also mentioned faith-based organizations, because everybody has to come together to make this continent great, and that is what we are doing.
What message would you like to share on behalf of GBA right now, which will give prospective members a deeper insight into the intercontinental relationships between the chapters in Africa?
As we're setting up the chapters, we are saying to people, come on board and come and join us. We have to join hands because we are working towards peace, we're working towards prosperity, we're also working towards uniting the different cultures across Africa. You know, I've read a statistic that says within other regions, in terms of trade, they have up to 70% inter-regional trade. But in Africa, it goes as low as 10%. So we really want to stimulate the economy, we want to stimulate trade, we want to create that peace so that countries in Africa can trade amongst ourselves and see that will help also for the upliftment of the continent. So when we are establishing the chapter, that is also the intention, is to take it down to the grassroots level. And when we are communicating with on those intercontinental platforms, we are saying to people, get other people on board, strengthen your structures in country, and then you are able to roll out the programs that we have.
Africa is so huge in terms of the continent, the size, 1.4 billion people. There is a certain number of people that we can be able to reach. What platforms, in the meantime, are you targeting that you want to be able to raise your message through?
We are really using a lot of the communication platforms, which includes the social media, which includes really having presentations with the business leaders across the chapters. We have television interviews like we are here today. Also radio, we're targeting radio as well because a lot of people have got access to radio. So yeah, so we are really looking across the board, whatever media platforms we can use to reach the people and technologies that we can use to reach the people in order to get the message out of what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. And also inviting people, as I said again, to come on board.
This is awesome. Maybe one stuff which I'd left behind. What are some of your key events that are coming up, or that within the coming year, that maybe people must be able to look out for?
At the moment, I'd like to talk about our annual Congress that is coming up, and so people must look out for. We'll further communicate the dates for that, where people can come across Africa and come and talk about what are the ills, what are the challenges, and what we're doing.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate. We hope to be able to see you more often.
Yes.
On our station.
I welcome that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome back to the God Bless Africa movement interviews. Today we're honored to have Dr. Winnie Chirumura in the studio. We are excited about to have you talk.
Thank you so
Welcome.
much. Thank you.
Please share us briefly who is Doc and what you do. Who is Doc?
Oh, thank you so much. I thank you for this opportunity and for the question as well. Who is Doc? Dr. Winnie Chirumbula is a South African. Most people say I'm not from South Africa because of my surname. They think I'm from Zimbabwe. Well, I am from South Africa. I'm a South African born and bred. Dr. Winnie Chirumbula is a minister of the word. I've got a church which is over 20 years now in Tokoza in Alberton. Over and above that, Dr. Winnie Chirumbula is a career woman. I am employed at the department, one of the departments in Gauteng, and I'm responsible for stakeholder management. Over and above that, Dr. Winnie Chirumbula is an author, and over and above is a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a sister, and also a mentor to many young women who are in the ministry. I'm mentoring them. They look up to me, and I am also a traveling speaker, traveling with the gospel of Jesus. In a nutshell, that's just who Dr. Winnie Chirumbula is.
Thank you so much. You are the National Director for the God Bless Africa movement here in South Africa.
Yes.
And what are the strategies that you are planning to lay down? Because South Africa models what other countries can be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your vision and plan that you think you will be able to do so that as you build South Africa, other nations can be able to copy and follow the strategy that you are laying down?
We really thank God for God Bless Africa movement. When you know, just the interpretation of the word God Bless Africa, when I interpret it, I break it down to say, when God has blessed Africa, will there be the recipients of these blessings? Then I sat down and came up with a strategy to say it simply means for me as the National Director of God Bless Africa movement in South Africa, because this is where the head office is, and this is where everything has to happen, whereby other people are able to take from, or we are rather put it this way, to say we are setting up a pattern for everyone to follow in all the regions. Now, God Bless Africa, just as I've mentioned, to say the strategy is, do we have the recipients of the blessings, or are the recipients ready to receive the blessings from God? And then when I look at it, I realize the recipients are not ready. The recipients are broken. The recipients are wounded. The recipients, because of the wars, because of the poverty, because here in South Africa, we not only do we have the pandemic as COVID-19, we also have the pandemic of gender-based violence. These people, all these that are perpetrating the violence and the victims of the violence are the people that are supposed to be receiving the blessings, but they are not ready. Then it means we have to go down on the ground and work the ground and prepare the people. In other words, in preparing the people, the strategy is one. We have to come up, we have set up strategic offices within the movement or within the head office. And these strategic offices, number one is the office that will go and help the women to deal with the issues of gender-based violence. We have women that are abused we have women that are raising children alone. We also have families that are headed by children. So these women, the strategy number one, we have to get them help, counseling, all these things to heal their wounds. We also, number two, we also have to look at the issues of poverty. We must come up, the strategy is coming up with alleviation programs. In other words, we have to come up with monies, getting funding for poverty alleviation programs, getting the women empowered, getting the men empowered as well, because a man who abuses his wife or his girlfriend, it means that there is a problem within the man. So the man himself needs to be helped. And number three, we also have to come up with programs for young people. We already have an office or desk for young people. Young people, most of us, of our children, are languishing the streets in drugs and alcohol abuse. We have already a desk that is going to help these young youth, girls and boys. Also come up with strategies for job creations, because another thing that is pushing them to drugs is frustration and depression because they can't find jobs. So we have programs that will help them find jobs, find something to do. And we also have an office that deals with entrepreneurship or building of businesses, or the businessman or the businesswoman from all these people who were once wounded, now bring them up to teach them how to make a living.
It looks like the work is cut out for you. It's a lot of work to do.
It's a lot of work.
So how do you plan to be able to, because part of what the value of organizations like these,
Yes.
which work across churches, across religions,
Absolutely.
are very important.
Yes.
Because many times we've built in silos.
Yes.
Each person says, I'm doing ministries, they're doing everything as alone.
Yes.
But the capacity is very small.
Mhm.
How do we collaborate and bring others to come under this vision,
Mhm.
or to work alongside, not necessarily under, but work side along this vision so that we can achieve more when we're together?
Yes, thank you. Getting capacity to do the work. We, as God Bless Africa, we have already appointed our district coordinators who are going out. These are in the gospel, we call them evangelists. So we have our evangelists that are going out with a vision, bringing in the people who are willing. We want to work with people that are willing to do the work. Remember, we are a non-profit organization. So people that are coming in are people that are willing to give out or to pay back to the community, to do the work without expecting to be paid. And also, you have touched also a very important point to say, how do we then, the strategy of getting the community, because it is important. You can just come up with all these ideas, but if you're not going to be working with the communities, the recipients of the blessing, it's going to fade. So we are going, the strategy, the other strategy, I'm a minister myself, the strategy is getting through the churches and working with the ministers in the communities. I am not only a minister, I am also a member and a prominent member in my community where I come from. I work within civil organizations. So it's all going those streams. Bring in the ward councillor and say, we are God Bless Africa and we want to work hand in hand with you. Bringing in the MMC in the city to say, we are God Bless Africa. We are here to lend a help. This is how we are, or this is our approach. Gone are the days where, as Africans, would sit and wait for Europe to come and bring a hand of help, because experience have shown us that when they come to help, their help is not for free. They give you the hand, and the other hand is taking our mineral resources and everything that belong to us, and it goes out of our shores. But when we as Africans come together and work together in a platform like this, as God Bless Africa movement, we can achieve more, and Africa will be better than what it is.
Thank you so much. We're excited to have talked in the studio, and I do think you are going to be able to connect to this great vision of God Bless Africa. Thank you so much. God bless you. Welcome. Thank you so much. Could you please tell us what's your name and what you do in the God Bless Africa movement? What's your portfolio?
Okay, my name is Naledi Senye. I'm the leader of the women in the whole of South Africa, in the 9 provinces, because I report directly to the director, the national director, who is serving all the 9 provinces in South Africa. So in the movement, I'm representing all the women in South Africa.
Maybe, thank you so much. What we say is the most important roles that women can play in an organization like this, like the God Bless Africa movement. What can women do? What roles can they be able to do?
There's a saying that says it takes a village to raise a child. It means all of us, whether men or women, but particularly women, we have to stand up and see to it that all the children throughout the whole world, not only in South Africa, especially on the movement, like the religious movement, like God Bless Africa, we have to stand up and make sure that all the needs of all the children in South Africa, because we promote, actually as women, we have to promote love, peace, and healing. Healing, it means, because there are so many broken souls, but there are extreme cases where sometimes we have to take them for counseling.
What are the other issues maybe that are important? How are you planning to roll this out? Are you going to open chapters across the nation or in different towns and cities? If you are speaking to people maybe that are watching out there, if they want to be able to participate and work with you and become your hands in different cities, please send an invitation to them.
Yeah, that's a very nice question. Because now this is the Gauteng chapter. Now we are starting here in Gauteng, so we are planning to roll to other provinces.
Mm-hmm.
So it is my duty to have people in other provinces to help us grow the movement, because already, you know, Gauteng is a hub of everything. So everything is happening in Gauteng. Whatever that is happening here, I have friends all over, almost in all the 9 provinces. So it won't be a problem for me to go out there, and through social media and other platforms, we can be able to engage with those women, and also in the churches. So that's how I'm planning to do this as the leader of the women in all the 9 provinces. I will do that.
Thank you so much for tuning in and being able to hear what Sister has been saying, talking about the role that the Women's Desk in the God Africa movement is doing. We are excited. We're excited again. Thank you so much, Sister Naledi Senye. That is the leader of the women's chapter in the God Bless Africa movement in South Africa. I do believe that she's also the model that they're going to use can be duplicated across other countries, so that you can become effective through this movement. Thank you so much for coming through. Welcome to the God Bless Africa movement. We've got with us Professor Elsie Mostert. She's the Prof. Please tell us briefly who you are and what you do in the organization.
Thank you, sir. I'm Prof. Elsie Mostert. I am a professor of theology, and my role in God Bless Africa movement is that of the administrator. Now, the role of the administrator, if I can just quickly tell you what that is, I think it's the biggest job of all. Because you have interviewed many people, you have interviewed about 5% of the people that are involved in this great organization, and I am the link that keeps everybody connected intercontinentally in the African diaspora and globally. So everything that's happening, we have so many platforms, so many different groups, so many different ways and media of communication, and I'm the person that's keeping everybody in the loop, everybody advised, everybody informed, and if anything happens, any events, etc., I have to report, and I have to keep a record of everything that is happening and link everybody. This is the link that's keeping God Bless Africa people connected to each other.
What inspires you the most in relation to God Bless Africa movement, and how are you able to keep up the fast pace that is set up by such a growth of such an organization?
My inspiration lies in the vision. My inspiration lies in the fact that we know that Africa is bleeding, and the vision of God Bless Africa is healing. And we might not be able to bring healing 100%, but the effort that we put in will be noticed, and the people of Africa will reap the harvest and the benefits of effort that we put in. What's keeping me going is the fact that we have great leadership, and that the mobilizing God Bless Africa is not something that we do out of our own. It's a conviction that we have that this needs to be done. We need to stand up, and we need to give Mother Africa her voice back. I just keep on going. If I get tired, I find something to keep me energized, because you cannot stop. You have to continue. You have to carry on. There is no way that you can start something and then stop it midway. You have to pull it through. Last night I actually had a realization that we might not see 100% the effect of what we are putting in right now, but the legacy will speak on our behalf.
Amen. So maybe what if you could be able to, or as an organizing person, if you invite other ministries and ministers to come and be part of this. I know a lot of people maybe might say, because this is not a church.
Not a church.
This is not, you are not calling people to say come and submit on us, but you're calling to say come and let's collaborate, let's build together. Maybe speak to the
God Bless Africa movement is not a religious or a political, cultural or traditional movement. It is a movement for all. And I want to extend an invitation to anybody that is listening, no matter where you find yourself in the world. If you are a minister, if you are an entrepreneur, anybody that feels a conviction in their spirit that they want to take hands and shoulder against shoulder, work in this field, work in this continent, bring Africa back to its greatness, you are invited to come and join us. It's not for the selected few. It's not about language. It's not about tradition. It's not about race or color. It's all about one unified vision, and that is to bring healing. And you are given an open arm invitation to please come and join us. Go and visit our website. Our phone number is on there. Send us messages. We will contact you. We need you, and we invite you. Thank you.
What are the critical components, because the resourcing and the mobilization is very critical. So how could people be able to participate in and support this work? Because this is not a church, so there's not going to be tithes and offerings. So how do you finance and support such a big work?
Because this is an intercontinental movement, we have to get manpower. That's one of our resources that we have. We have to get donations, finances in. And the way that we do it is members can sign up and become part of this great movement in their own countries, wherever they are, in the African continent, in the African diaspora. And we actually have now also registered a chapter in Missouri in America. And what we are doing is members sign up and they pay an annual membership fee on different levels of membership. You don't immediately have to go for the grade one. There's basic levels of membership, and then it differs. It goes to bronze, to silver, gold, and then eventually to a platinum, which is a very VIP membership. And when people register as members, that is the money that is actually keeping the wheels going. We also do receive some sponsorship, some donations from individuals, but we are actually asking people, if you share the vision, register as a member. If you do not share the vision but you want to still somehow be part without being a member, you are welcome to donate any amount to this great movement, which will keep us going and which will keep on with the vision, because we all know that money is needed in any organization that you are, any business that you're doing. You cannot run if you don't have a capital that you can run on. And we use capital, and we need to replenish it constantly because of the work that's being done. If you have spoken to many other people before you spoke to me now, and for those departments to run, people cannot fund it out of their own pockets. The God Bless Africa movement has to provide finances so that these things can happen, and therefore we are approaching people and asking them, marketing God Bless Africa movement for them to help us to realize the vision by mobilizing us and mobilizing the members of God Bless Africa through financial support.
Finance is a critical role for any minister to be able to go.
Absolutely.
The Bible says money is a defense, and money can be able to use to be able to grow the work. I want, maybe as we end, I would love you to look into that camera there and encourage in 1 minute or in 30 seconds how people can be able to do. We will put the details of how to support at the bottom, but speak to them so that they can be able to support this great vision.
I want to invite you to become a member of God Bless Africa movement. I'd like to encourage you by signing up as a member of this movement. We have a website, www.godblessafricamovement.org. There you can go and you can click on the option that says register. You can choose an option of membership which you would like, and we will send you the paperwork. If you would like to send us a donation without becoming a member of this great movement, we would appreciate it. And we welcome you to do that. We bank with First National Bank, and can I just give the banking details, although it will be on the screen. We are God Bless Africa. We bank with FNB. It's a current account. It's a business account. Everything is accounted for. We are a non-profit organization. Our banking details at FNB are 628-60-77-9928. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. God
Much
bless you.
appreciated.
Thank you.
A good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Please tell us who you are and what do you do in the God Bless Africa movement.
Thank you for having me. I'm Sheila Julia Godfrey. I'm in charge of travel and tourism in God Bless Africa movement.
How long have you been working with the God Bless Africa? I've seen you working with the bishop a lot.
I've been with God Bless Africa movement for a very long time. Initially from the beginning, I've been there and it's been a great experience being in the movement.
How would you want maybe to invite other people to participate? When you do travel and tourism, what do you organize? What's your role there?
Most of the time, it's my desire as an African to see we as Africans exploring Africa, in not just exploring it for our own benefit, but making other Africans to recognize or to know who really they are. We must learn to accept first who we are as Africans. So in most cases, I make sure that Africans feel safe and secured in their own spaces, in their own environment. So going out or coming in any place mustn't be a stress or a struggle. We must always feel welcome and free in any land, in any place, in any sphere, in any part of Africa and beyond.
How has your work with God Bless Africa been like?
It's been an amazing journey, a beautiful experience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming to the God Bless Africa movement. Please tell us what your name is and just briefly about yourself.
My name is Apostle Dr. Isaac Newton.
Okay, tell us a bit about where you come from and a bit how do you relate to the God Bless Africa movement?
Actually, I'm from Ghana, originally from Ghana, and I've been in the country for many years, in and out of the country. And I've been with the Bishop, and I've been working with God Bless Africa as well for quite some time now.
Please tell us a brief, many people, maybe they're just being introduced to the Bishop, they do not know about Bishop. Just give us briefly, who is the Bishop, how are you related together, what kind of relationship do you guys have?
Yeah, the Bishop, I've worked with the Bishop for quite some time, for more than a year, so almost 15 years now. And I've been with him, I know him as a man of integrity, a man that honors his word, a man that everybody can look up to, everybody can count on him. He's really a father, And when you are working with him, you feel like you're working with your real father, you feel at home, And, it's not like other leaders, manipulative or dictating for you actually. He make you to, use your own mind to do. He give you that room, he give you that platform. He give you to express your ability and your capabilities. So he's a man that people can follow, people can look up to, people can trust to work with him.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having spent the day with us. We are excited that we had this great organization that came and was with us today. We believe that you had a lot of issues that is in the heart of the men and women of God from the God Bless Africa, that you will be part of what God is doing in their lives, you're part of what God is doing in the organization. You can connect, you can be able to be some of the people. If you are in a different country, you can be able to say, call the bishop and say, I want to lead a chapter, how can I be part of you? How can I be part and be a member of this organization? We look forward for you joining the organization and being of great support. Let's make this African vision a great vision. God bless you today. See you, bye.